It is cold. That is not me smoking. That is because it's like 2 degrees right now. I'm in York, Nebraska. And I was gonna film some small towns, but it's so cold I didn't want to fly my drone at this time of the, I don't know, time of the year, time of the day. Just the whole day is gonna be cold. It is sunny out, which is nice, but it snowed quite a bit. And so we'll see how this little adventure goes. I'm gonna do a kind of roadside attractions video. I was gonna do a video about some interesting little towns in Nebraska, but it's hard to make a good profile of a town when it's this cold. And I want to make sure I do it justice in the future, so I'll be back in this area and do some stuff in the future. But yeah, so let's see what we can find. We'll start here in York and see if there's anything interesting. Well, if you've ever been to York, and if you're driving down I-80 or if maybe passed through York, you may have seen one of the great water towers of all time. We're just a little bit south of town, but they put this here so everybody could get a little sight of creativity of York. Really cool. Love water towers. That was a really interesting stop here at the Marble Museum, and I did get a marble. I got the Portuguese marble from the World Cup. One of my former athletes, a great athlete that I coached was from Portugal, so maybe I'll give that to him as a gift. Very cool stop. York has a lot to see in the roadside attraction department. We're on the north side of town now. Check out the old covered wagon. And they got a bunch of animals. It's like a zoo back here. Oh, hey. Looks like some folk art type stuff. Also with some old farm equipment. Well, I wasn't going to visit any small towns, like I said earlier, but how could I pass up a town called McCool Junction on a day like this? It's about 400 people that live here in McCool Junction. It was originally named McCool, was named after Daniel McCool, who was a railroad official. You can see down here, that's where the railroad would have gone through. And it had two railroads here. So pretty interesting. They got a couple little buildings here. They have a big Mustang roundup every year here. And they also have a 3/8 mile dirt racetrack. So pretty cool place on a cool day, McCool Junction, Nebraska. Heading south, there's a little town up there called Fairmont. Nice little town, about 600 people. And stopping off here at the Fairmont Army Airfield historical marker. So the airfield's actually right over there. But the reason this is significant, so this was constructed in 1942, began as a satellite of the Topeka Army Air Base. But what's interesting is, as you go down here, in September 1944, Lieutenant Colonel Paul Tibbets visited Fairmont and selected the 393rd Bomb Squadron of the 504th to join the 509th Composite Group at Wendover Field, Utah. This group dropped both atomic bombs on Japan. This is where they trained, right over there. Right over there is downtown Hebron. I actually was here years ago when I was exploring the Oregon Trail and went right through the downtown area. But today I'm here because that right there is the world's largest porch swing. Looks like we've had a few people sit here recently. Some cool stuff in Nebraska. We're getting close to the state line with Kansas. So as we head on 81, continuing south towards where I live in Wichita, let's see if we can find anything in Kansas. Belleville High Banks. It's one of the most iconic racetracks in the middle of the country. A lot of famous race car drivers have taken the tour around here, and this is one of the really great racetracks in this part of the country. We're on the county fairgrounds here, and actually they use this for the county fair, but you can see the track, kind of the outline of the track there. There's a track on the inside and a track on the outside. They also have a High Banks Museum over in town. I actually went there years ago. It's closed today, but definitely worth checking out. Come here for a race, check out the museum too. Still here in Belleville, this is the Boyer Museum of Animated Carvings. And I'd really like to check that out sometime, but obviously it's closed. Pretty unique museum, great mural. We're not too far from Concordia, Kansas, down that way a little ways. Might stop there after this. But this is where there was a POW camp. 1943, 1945, you can see the guard tower here. Looks like they had a water tower way out there. I read that as far as POW camps go, this one wasn't too bad, that they got along pretty well with the farmers, and they would even help them get to town to get some groceries. So I guess the POW camp is over that way. This is Concordia, Kansas. Great downtown that way. It's the county seat of Cloud County. Cloud County Community College is here. Here's the welcome sign. And right over here is why I'm stopping. You can see that train there. A little easier to see here now as we get closer. This is the largest brick mural, or I should say the longest brick mural in the world. 6,400 bricks made this mural. And it's the longest one in the world at 140 feet. Let's get a closer look and walk all the way down there. We're here at the Salina, Kansas airport because we're going to see this right here. This is a recognition of Steve Fawcett, who was the first person to ever fly nonstop, unfueled around the world, and he started here and he ended here.
But millionaire adventurer Steve Fawcett is going after another first. He took off Monday from Kansas
Hope has become the first ever to fly an airplane solo, non-stop around the world.
One man, one plane, one world. A record-breaking first flight that catapulted the Virgin Atlantic Global Flyer and pilot Steve Fawcett into the annals of aviation history. A spectacular feat that began and ended in one special place, the crossroads of America, Salina, Kansas.
I think the around the world flight is a good place to stop for today. A little bit of Nebraska, a little bit of Kansas. Hope you enjoyed the roadside attractions. Always fun to get out and check those things out. Very quirky. Nebraska, Kansas, there's a lot of quirky little things all throughout each state. And even on a day where it's literally freezing and it's really rough outside, you can still see these attractions because they're usually not inside somewhere that you need to pay to go into. They're just kind of out there for everyone to check out. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time down a back road. Now that you made it to the end of that video, let me tell you about some of the extras on the channel. One of the things you can do is become a member. There are 3 levels of support. There's supporter, producer, and executive producer levels. All 3 have different levels of fun incentives and perks. If you haven't done so, please check out travelwiththewiseguy.com. There are lots of extras on there to explore. One of them is merchandise. We have Travel with the Wise Guy coffee mugs, Death Go Round t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and all sorts of fun things to show your support of this channel. Also on the website is a custom Google map. I've dropped pins in every place I've visited and linked the episode to each location. This seems to be a very popular feature for many of you. Also, sign up for my free newsletter that goes out about once a month. There are all sorts of links and tidbits on this page, old videos, podcasts, and just about everything I can think of I throw on the website. For all that information and more, go to travelwiththewiseguy.com. Gonna have to wait a little bit before I can finish my water